Hello everyone, my name is Abhay and welcome to Abhay's Tech Lab. In this session, we will be looking into how to automate Hyperledger Fabric blockchain deployment using Hyperledger Bevel, Helm, Kubernetes, Ansible, and Gitops. So, if you have a look into the diagram, Hyperledger Bevel is a blockchain deployment framework under the Hyperledger project, and it is hosted by the Linux Foundation. Its goal is to simplify and automate the deployment of blockchain networks. Bevel provides a set of modular and reusable components that allow organizations to deploy and operate blockchain network across different environments quickly and efficiently. As you can see in the right hand side, it is designed to support multiple blockchain frameworks. So initially, it provides support for Hyperledger Fabric, Hyperledger Sawtooth, and R3 Coda, but it could be extended to others also. Now, coming to the benefits of using Hyperledger Bevel. So, it is used for rapid deployment. So, Bevel significantly speeds up the process of setting up complex blockchain network by providing pre-configured template and automation. Second is scalability. It is designed for enterprise-grade scalability. Bevel helps organizations manage large multi-nodes network and minimal overhead. So in this session, we will be looking into how to deploy Hyperledger Fabric blockchain network using the Hyperledger Bevel. So first of all, what you need to do is you have to go to the Hyperledger Bevel GitHub repository and fork this repository. And there are two ways to deploy the Hyperledger Fabric network. First is using the Helm install. So for that, you have to go to the platform folders, go to the Hyperledger Fabric, and then you have to go to the charts. So these are the charts available, and using the Helm chart, you can deploy the Hyperledger Fabric. And there are two options available. Either you can go with the without proxy or vault, or with proxy, with HA proxy and vault. The only disadvantage of using the Helm chart is that you have to run Helm commands multiple times. As you can see, if you are opting the without proxy or vault, you have to run these commands manually. So there are multiple commands you have to run. But in this session, I am going to use another option. So another option is using the Ansible. So using the Ansible, what you have to do is you have to run just one single Ansible playbook, and that Ansible playbook will deploy your network. So you do not have to run multiple commands. You just need to focus on the Ansible script. That's all. And if you want to have a look into where this Ansible playbook is kept, it is in the platform folder. Go to the shared configuration site.yml. So this is the playbook which is available here. So as you can see, we have multiple scripts available here. Import playbook, validate network schema YML, import playbook, setup K8 environment. Then we have deploy network, upgrade network, and so on. So here is the list of command which I have prepared. So these are the actions which we are going to perform. So first is we have to start the Hasiko vault. Then we will be creating a 3 organization network. After that, we will be adding a new channel in the existing network. Then we are going to add a new organization in the running network. So in total, we will be having 3 plus 1, 4 organizations. Then next, we will be adding new peer to a new organization. So the new organization which we will be adding will be having 1 peer, and we are going to add 1 extra peer for the organizations. Then we will see how to remove an organization from the running network. And at last, we will be creating a new channel between any two organizations, for example, like carrier and manufacturer. So I have already created a virtual machine for this, and the instance type is T2 2x large. Please make sure that it should be having the minimum of 16 GB RAM, otherwise this will not work. All the prerequisites are already installed in this VM. So prerequisite like Docker, Helm, kubectl, Hasiko Vault, Minikube. So all these are already installed in this machine. So you have to copy the public IP from here and connect to the virtual machine. You need to create 3 terminals. So first terminal I will be using to run the Hasiko Vault. Second terminal I will be using to run the Ansible playbook. And the third terminal I will be using to check the pod's status. So let's begin. First, we will start the vault in the development mode. Press enter, and this started the Hasiko Vault in development mode. Next, you have to go to this particular locations and delete all the previous release folders. So go to this location, type ls. So we have carrier, manufacturer, and supply chain, these 3 organizations. So we will be going to delete the artifacts of all these 3 organizations. For that, run this command sudo rm -r carrier, type ls, done. Again sudo rm -r manufacturer, sudo rm -r supply chain. So all the 3 organizations artifacts are clear now. Go back. Now we need to check whether network.yml file is placed in this location or not. Docker Bevel build. So go to this locations. Docker Bevel build ls. So we don't have the network.yml file. All the network YAML file are kept in these particular locations. So as you can see, I have created separate YAML file for creating the network. So network.yml file is for creating the 3 org network. Network-warehouse.yml file, it is for adding warehouse in the running network. Network add peer warehouse.yml, it is for adding extra peer to the warehouse organization. Network create join channel, it is for creating a new channel in the network. Network delete warehouse.yml, it is for deleting the warehouse. So one by one we will copy the file from, so copy the network.yml file to this location. Now open the network.yml file. So this is the configuration here. So as you can see here, the type is fabric, version is 2.5.4. These are orders detail. Then this is the channel detail. We have 3 organizations here: supply chain, manufacturer, and carrier. Now check the status of the Minikube. Minikube is stopped. We have to start. So Minikube is started. Next, you have to run this command. So clear the terminal. Go to this location and type this command. So what this command basically does. So docker run, this is the basic command to create and run a new container. -I, it stands for interactive, which means the container will stay open for interaction. -T, it allocates a pseudo TTY terminal which allows you to interact with the container in a way that simulates using a terminal. Then we have -V PWD colon slash home slash bevel. So here hyphen v is used to mount a volume, that is to share files between the host and the container. And pwd is a shell command that returns the current working directory on your host machine. Slash home slash bevel is the path inside the container where the host directory will be mounted. Then we have hyphen hyphen network is equal to host. So this tells the Docker to use the host network for the container, meaning the container will share the same network interface as the host system. This can be useful for networking purposes as it allows the container to directly access the host network without isolation. Then next we have gscr.io slash hyperledger slash bevel hyphen build colon latest. So this is the image name to use for creating the container. So in this case, gscr.io refers to the GitHub container repository and Hyperledger is the organization that owns the image. Bevel-build is the specific repository containing the image. And the latest refers to the latest tag of the image, ensuring you pull the most recent version. So this command is used for basically the development purpose, where you need to interact with the container and work on files in a current directory on your host machine, while also allow the container to access the host network. So before running this command, we will copy this command kubectl get pods all namespaces and we'll paste it in the third terminal. So as of now, we have only the cube system, that is Minikube pods. We do not have any other organization pods. We also have to make sure that we have forked the Git repository from the Hyperledger Bevel and have created the develop branch. So I have already forked the Git repository from the Hyperledger Bevel here, and I will create a develop branch here. So the develop branch is created. Now go back and run this command. So as you can see, it will start the build process, then it will add the environment variables, it will validate the network YML file. And then it will start running the Ansible playbook. So in total, there will be 21 playbooks which it will be running. So here it will be setting up the kubectl, it will set up the CLI, it will set up the Flux CLI, it will set up the vault. So all these operations will be done in this Ansible playbook. So here as of now it is installing the Flux and bootstrapping the Flux v2. We'll go back and check in the terminal what is the status of the pod. So as you can see, Flux dev has popped up and these are the pods which is running as of now. Now it is checking the Flux CLI. It is then updating to the SSH host to known hosts. Then it is executing the git push command to the develop branch which we have created. Now it is trying to create the namespace for the supply chain nut. So this is the first organization. We'll again go back and check the status of the pods. So still no pods has spinned up for the organization. Now it is checking the polishes. So as you can see, now it is waiting for the certificates to be created. So it is pausing for 360 seconds so that all the certificates for the three organizations will should be created. So again, we will go back and check the status of the pods. Okay, so it is waiting to spin up the pods. So as you can see, some of the parts of the supply chain manufacturer has come up. So two pods each for the carrier net, manufacturer net, and supply chain has come up. So one is the CS server pod, and another is the vault management pod. If you have a look into the vault terminal, so here we have the secrets created for dev carrier, dev manufacturer, dev supply chain. So this is the vault URL. Type root. As you can see, OPT vault, this is the location. And here we have dev carrier, dev manufacturer, and dev supply chain already created. So if you go to the inside dev carrier, we have the root CA key, root CA PIM. Then we have for manufacturer CA, root CA key, root PIM. And for dev supply chain, we have root CA key, root CA PIM. 360 second is over. Now all certificates are generated and the Ansible command continues. So now it is waiting for the certs to be created. So certs are created. Now it is waiting for the pod PO0 to start in the supply chain.net. So if you again go back and check the status, here we have order ports has come up and it is waiting for the PO0 pod. So still we don't have the PO0 pod. It has not spinned up, so we will wait for it to spin up. But now we have the order pods, order jobs are completed. And we have the order pods running, order 1 and order 2 and order 3. Now we are waiting for the PS0 to come up in the supply chain -net. Yeah, now we have a pod in the initialization stage, PS0, CLI, PR1 pod is running. So here it is waiting for the PS0 pod because it is in initialization stage. And again we'll check the status. Now it is running. As you can see, it is running, but here in the PS0 and PR1 it is in the init state. So it will wait for that also. Again we'll check the status. So now it is running. So Ansible script will continue further. Yes. Now it is waiting for the pod PS0 to start in manufacturer -net. So again, see the status manufacturer -net. So we do not have any pod 0 spinned up, so we will wait for it. Yeah, now we can see we have PS0 pod which is in the init state. It is in the pod initialization stage. Yeah, it is completed. Now script continuing further. Now it is waiting for the pod PS0 to start in carrier -net. So again we'll check the status. We can see for the manufacturer it is running and jobs are completed. And for carrier net, still we are waiting for the PS0 pod to spin up. Again check the status. Yes, so we have PS0 pod which is in the init state. So it is waiting for it to start. Again check the status. It is still in the init state. So the pods are running now. The script continuing further. Now it is waiting for the job genesis to complete in the supply chain hypernet. So if we see the status of the pods, all the carrier net pods are running, jobs are completed. We have supply chain pods, we have manufacturer net, hypernet pods. So it is waiting for the job genesis to complete. Yeah, so that is also completed. And Ansible script has successfully executed. So we do not have any failed one and all passed. So now if you see the status, final status of the pods, so here we have all the pods for the carrier net. We have peer 0, fabric CS server, vault managements, and peer 0 CLI. For this is for the flux dev pods, and this is for the second organization pod, which is manufacturer hypernet. We have fabric CS server pods, Bevel vault managements, manufacturer pods, peer 0 pods, and peer 0 CLI pods. And for the supply chain, we have fabric CS server, Bevel vault management, then orderer pods, 3 orders we have here. Then we have peer 0, peer 1, then Genesis job we have, orders certificate, orders jobs, and then we have peer 0 CLI and peer 1 CLI. So all the pods of the organization are running here. Now we'll go to the next command. So the next command is to check whether the peer has joined the channel or not. So copy this command, paste it here, change the pod name here, peer 1 CLI, enter. So we are in the peer 1 CLI. Execute this command, peer channel list. So as you can see, channel peer has joined nothing. So we don't have any channels available as of now. So come out of this. So the next command what we are going to run is to add a new channel. So for this, copy this command, go back to the second terminal, clear the screen, paste this command. Now go to the Bevel folder and check what is the Helm version here. So Helm command is not found, so we have to install Helm here. Copy this, apt update, then we have to install Helm. Then we have to check the Helm version. Now run this Ansible playbook, that is add new channel here. So as you can see here, add new channel.yml file. So run this one, so it will add the channel. Check the status of the pods. Sorry, come out of this peer 1 CLI. Check the status of the pod. So as you can see here, so it is trying to wait for the job all channel to complete in the supply chain hypernet. So it is waiting for it. So this command also successfully executed. We have 64 OK, 0 failed. Now go back to the third terminal and check the pod status. So as you can see, we have join channel, all channel, supply chain peer 0. Here job it is completed, and here also join channel, all channel, supply chain peer 1 job, that is also completed. Now go back again, copy this command, change the CLI pod, peer 1 CLI, peer channel list. So as you can see, channel peer has joined is all channel, and run this command, peer channel get info -c all channel. So as you can see, this is the blockchain information. Height is 4. This is the current block hash, and this is the previous block hash. So now we have successfully added the channel. Now next is we have to add a new organization to the running network. So go to the third terminal, check the pod status. So as you can see, we have 3 organizations: carrier -net, manufacturer -net, and supply chain -net running in the network. Now to add a new organization, we have to copy the network warehouse.yml file to the Docker Bevel build location. Go to cd docker bevel build ls. Remove this network.yml file. Copy the network warehouse YML file to this location. So now we have new network.yml file. If you open this, and as you can see, we have supply chain, one organization. Then we have manufacturer, second organization. Then we have carrier as the third organization. And we have warehouse as a fourth organization. So one thing you have to make sure that the organization status should be new here, and all the previous 3 organization status should be existing. Come out of this. So before that, we have to export this kubeconfig file. Copy this, go to the second terminal, clear the screen, export kubeconfig, echo this kubeconfig, and run this command. So here we are trying to execute add organization.yml file. Go back to the third terminal and check the status of the pods. So we have only the 3 org pods running. So it is trying to create a namespace for warehouse-net. So now it is waiting for the warehouse-net certificates to be created. So it is waiting for 360 seconds. So we will wait for it. If we check the status of the pod, still we are waiting for the warehouse-net pods to spin up. So if we check in the first terminal, we have dev warehouse already created here. As you can see here, we have a dev warehouse also created. Open CA, we have root CA key and root CA pair. So for all the 4 organization secrets are already stored in the vault. Go back to the third terminal, check the pod status. So as you can see, we have 2 pods spinned up for warehouse-net. One is the Fabric CS server, and another one is the Bevel vault management. So 360 seconds are over, client certificates are generated. Go back to the third terminal, check the status. So we have still warehouse.net 2 pods. Now it is waiting for the pod peer 0 to start in warehouse-net. So we'll check the pod status. Still we are waiting. So as you can see here now, we have peer 0 certs job which is running, and peer 0 CLI which is in init state, and peer not peer 0, it is also in init state. So let's wait for this to complete. So as you can see, it is in running. So it is now pushing the Git repository to the develop branch. Check the status now. We have all the warehouse Hypernet pods running. Now it is waiting for the job Genesis to complete now. So Genesis job is completed. So it is successful. So add organization script is also successful. We have OK 197 0 failed. Again, go back to the third terminal, check the pod status. So as you can see, warehouse Hypernet pods are up and running. It has also joined the channel. So in order to check whether it has successfully joined the channel or not, go back to the command list, copy this particular command, go to the third terminal, replace this peer 0 CLI pod with this one. Now run this command peer channel list. So as you can see, channel peer has joined is all channel. So all the 4 organizations have joined this particular channel. Now run this command also, peer channel get info. So now this is the information. We have height 5, current block hash is this one, and previous block hash is this. So now we have successfully added a new organization to the running network. Next, we will add a peer to the running network. So we will be using the same warehouse -net organization, and in this warehouse -net organization, we will be trying to add the pod. So come out of this, check the pod status. So as you can see, we have peer 0 pod. So we will try to add peer 1 pod in this warehouse -net. So for this, go to the Docker, Bevel, build, remove this network file, ls. Now copy the network file from the network -file folder, network, add peer warehouse, ls, open this network YML file. So if you see, this is the warehouse organization, and in the warehouse organization we have added the peer, that is the peer 0, which is already existing peer. Then we have added peer 1, this is the new peer, status is new. So go back to the command list. So this step we have already done. We have copied the network at warehouse YML. Copy this command, go back to the second terminal, clear the screen, and run this command. So it is performing all the steps, pushing the Git code in the Git repo. Here it is waiting for the pod peer1 to start in the warehouse -net. Go back to the third terminal, check the status again. Still we don't have the peer1 pod for warehouse -net. We'll wait for it. So as you can see now, peer1 CLI, peer1 pods has come up. It is in the pending state, container creating state, and init state. So we'll wait for it. Now it is completed. So pods are created. Peer1 pods are created. Script is continuing further. Now this is also successful. We have OK 110 and failed 0. Now again go back to the third terminal, run the command. So as you can see here, we have peer1 search job completed, peer1 CLI is running, and we have fabric peer node peer1 also running. So we have successfully added an extra peer to the organization in a running network. Now next is to remove an organization. So for that, again go back to the third terminal, cd docker bevel build, clear the screen, ls. We have to remove the current network YML file. Copy the network YML file from this folder, network delete warehouse YML to network YML, ls vi network YML file. Now if you see in this for the warehouse -net, so we are going to delete this organism warehouse. So we have kept the status org status as delete here. So come out of this, go back to the command list, copy this command, go back to the second terminal, clear the screen, and run this command. Go back to the third terminal and check the status of the pods. So still it is running. Let's wait for this script to complete. So as you can see, the pods are in terminating state now. So it is terminating. Okay, so it is failed here. So this is just a one error which basically says that one particular folder in a release directory, it is not able to delete that file, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, it is going to clear all the pods. So as you can see, we have only one pending. So all the warehouse -net pods are terminated. So I will show you what basically this error is telling. So if you go to this particular location, dev ls, go one step back, ls. So if you can see here, this is the K8s component. So if you see here in the release dev folder, we do not have warehouse artifact. So that is already deleted. But if you go to this location, K8 component and ls, so it was not able to delete this warehouse artifact. So anyway, I will have a look into this. If you see at the pod level, we have all the pods of warehouse -net is deleted. Now next is create and join channel. So till now we have all channel as a channel, and in which all the four organizations were connected. Now we are going to create one more channel between carrier and manufacturer only, and supply chain will not be the part of it. So for that, again go back to the location, cd docker bevel build ls, remove the network YML file, copy the from the network files folder, network, create join channel, not YML. Sorry, okay, so I did not created the destination file, network YML, ls, open the network YML file. So go back to the top in this file. So as you can see here, this is the channels section, and in this channel we have all channel as the existing channel. So this is already created, and the organization which are part of this channel are supply chain, carrier, and manufacturer. Now we are going to create, so here the endorsers are only carrier and manufacturer. Now we are going to create another channel named channel 2, and this will be the new channel, and the organization which will be the part of it is the organization which will be the part of it are carrier organization and manufacturer organization, and the endorsers and the endorsement will be from the carrier organization. So come out of this, go back to the command list, copy this command, go back to the second terminal, clear the screen, and run this command. So it is deleting the Helm releases, configuring the Git file, Helm install Genesis, executing the git push command to the develop branch, go back to the pod status, run this command, so as you can see here, join channel 2, this job is completed here for carrier net, and for manufacturer net we are still waiting for it. Okay, so this command is also successful. We have 85 okay, 0 failed. Go back to the pod status. As you can see, for the manufacturer -net, we have join channel 2 manufacturer. This job is completed, and for the carrier also, this job is completed, channel 2 carrier. Now we will execute couple of commands to check which all channel peers have joined. So copy this command, go back to the third terminal, paste it here, change the pod name peer 1 CLI for the supply chain. So peer 1 CLI for the supply chain is this. So give the space here. Now run the command peer channel list. So the supply chain is having only one channel, all channel. Now come out of this, copy the second command for the manufacturer. First list the pods, paste the command here, change the peer 0 CLI for manufacturer, Copy the PS0 CLI for manufacturer, paste it here. Run the command peer channel list. So as you can see, manufacturer has joined to channel, all channel and channel 2. Now come out of this, copy the third command for the carrier, check the ports, paste the command here, change the PR0 CLI for carrier. So the PR0 CLI for carrier is this. Run this command peer channel list. So here also we can see that carrier has joined to channel, all channel and channel 2. So this completes all the demonstration. So this completes the demonstration. So in this demonstration we have seen how to start the HashiCorp Vault in the dev environment, how to create a 3-org Hyperledger Fabric network, add a channel in the newly created network, then add an organization in the existing network, add peer, remove organizations, and create and join channel between the two organizations. So this we have seen using the Minikube. In the part 2, I will be coming up the same demonstration using the Amazon EKS cluster. So thank you very much for watching this. Stay tuned for the upcoming session.